Hi guys, AceFace back with another video, and today I'm going to do some more advice from the Hive mind. I'm going to focus in on centerpiece models and key units, expensive buys, and what to go for really. I've had a lot of people ask me around, should I spend my money on a Hierodule or a Dimmachaeron, or save up for a Harridan or a Hierophant? What is it that I should buy or invest in as a Tyranid player? I totally understand that we can't all go out and blow a load of money and buy them all, but you might be at the stage as a Tyranid player that you really want to make that one Forge World investment to buy something really cool that is going to be an awesome centerpiece for your army. And I'm here to try and advise you on what one to go for, because I have them all and I've tested them extensively. So first of all, let's talk about the two big boys. They're both the same price, so let's talk about the Harridan and the Hierophant. Now, both are awesome models, and you may have a preference on model, and that's absolutely cool. If you're looking from a gaming point of view, let me tell you that the Harridan is by far the better model to go for on the whole, unless you extensively play Apocalypse games. And even then, the Harridan probably overall might still get the thumbs up. Now I'll explain to you why. The Hierophant is a lot more expensive. That extra 250 points roughly that he is additional just means that he pretty much prices himself out of an 1850-2000 point army. The Harridan, at a much more reasonable points price, he will be a massive point sink across your army, but because the fact he's a flying monstrous creature and because the fact he can dish out quite a lot of pain, he still is a viable option in a reasonably small pointed game. I mean, I ran him, as I documented on my Road to Throne of Skulls, I ran him in 1500 points. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but in 1850 he fits in quite nicely and will complement along with like a flying circus Tyranid list. So if you want to go for your 250, you want that really big model, then my advice would be go for the Harridan. When we move down, so let's park those two and look at your slightly smaller models, and I'm talking about your Hierodules, so you've got the barbed and scathed, and then you've, what I'll also put in that bracket as well, let's put the Dimmachaeron, because price wise is quite similarly priced. So you want to buy one of those models, which one are you going to buy? So I've play tested them all, and the one that stands out for me is the barbed Hierodule. And the reason why that is because, yes, for a start he's super heavy, he has a lot of quality shooting, yeah, he's not very good ballistic skill, but he's really hard hitting, and he's at a point that level that allows you to take him again in a small game and him not destroy your points. He's pretty well pointed. In fact, some people may even say that he's a little bit underpointed, just in comparison to the New World Knights and Eldar stuff with all the D, and yeah. So he's still expensive, but actually he's quite well pointed, and he's a very viable option in a low pointed games, 1500, 1850. The Dimmachaeron is a really exciting, fun unit. He synergizes extremely well by putting in a pod, and he is awesome combat. He has lots of wounds, he hits extremely hard, loads and loads of attacks. He's not quite as resilient as the Hierodule, but in combat wise he's very good. He's a lot more moderately pointed. He'll fit in any points level within reason, so he's actually pretty cheap, but you generally need to run him in a pod to optimise the fact that you want him in combat quickly. Yeah, you can run him on the ground, but he's going to take a lot of shooting first, and you probably want to plonk him on a doorstep of the enemy and hope they don't deal with him, and then he comes in and he crashes and causes loads of trouble. The only problem with the Dimmachaeron is, because he's not a gargantuan monstrous creature, he does run the risk of being instant death. There's not many things, he's high toughness, but he could be instant death. he could still be stomped, and he's a little bit softer as far as the two. So all in all, out of those two, the barbed Hierodule I'd say is better. The scathed Hierodule is a really fun unit to take. He can be absolutely devastating. He has a massive big Hellstorm Flamer that will annihilate Marines, standard Marines, really easily. And he is a bit better in combat than the barbed Hierodule, but it's so dependent on him getting forward quickly, and there is the potential for him to get picked off because, you know, yeah, he's a gargantuan monster creature, but he only has a 3-up save. You know, he's not a hell of a lot. Well, he's not any harder to kill off than a Wraith Knight, which is not easy, but in the current meta, most of the armies you're going to play against will bring the capabilities to dispatch a Wraith Knight, so they're going to have the same ability to dispatch a Hierodule, a scathed Hierodule. So going for the barbed, ultimately he's more of a defensive unit with the ability then to fend off things if they get close. So he ultimately ticks that box a lot further than the scathed Hierodule. So if you're looking at those three, the barbed Hierodule I would say is the one to go for. If money's no option and you just want to buy one Forge World model, you just want to go with one, and you're going through all of those, and it doesn't matter, but you're only going to buy one. My overall advice, the one that you'll get best use out of, the one that will time in time out will get in your lists, is the barbed Hierodule. He just works really well in a lot of lists. He synergizes up against a lot of play styles. So he overall would be my advice as far as if you want to make that one purchase. After that, you know, it all comes down to personal preference, but he'd be the one I'd go for. So I hope that's useful. If you've got any other questions and you want to know more from the advice from the Hive Mind, then I'd be really interested to hear it. I've got lots of videos planned. I'll try and put them in as much as I can. But any comments and things that you'd like to see is really handy for me. So until the next video, I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.